Okay, y'all, I'm here and I'm back with another video. We are doing, whatever. Married at First Sight, season 12, episode 4, I believe. So let's get to it. So I'm trying to figure out, y'all, should I do it couple by couple or morning by? I'm not going to do couple by couple this time around. I am going to do moment by moment, because how I have it broken down is the first morning slash day, them meeting their in-laws, and then after they met their in-laws. So we're gonna do it like that. So we're always gonna leave Paige and Chris for last, always, because they are. This man is really gonna send me there. We're gonna hope he doesn't do it this review, but we shall see. Cause see, I waited. I did watch it last night. I waited to do it this morning. If I would have did it last night, I would have been screaming and yelling. Don't know, might do that today, have no idea. So let's get to it. So let's do Haley and Jacob first. So for them, for the first morning, the first morning of them waking up together. I mean, they do show for each couple like the night before, but we kind of seen that for everybody. But anyway, so let's skip to the next morning. So the next morning, they both wake up. It's still very awkward between them two. It got real quiet, and then she, like, they both, I think, are not breakfast people, I think they said. And then he goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Ain't that a song? He goes on and on about how much he loves red meat or whatever, which you need to like lay off the red meat for real. Like, I've recently in the past like year or two been laying off of red meat. Like, I eat a lot of ground turkey, but not a whole lot of red meat. Like, not unless I'm eating like a steak or something, which he loves steak too, because he kept talking about that too. So that's Haley and Jacob the first morning. The first morning slash day for Eric and Virginia. Um, he talks to her about the fact that he was married before. Now this is the thing. This is how niggas will mislead you. Because see, when Eric said to his friends, when he was talking about it last week, saying how he was married but it wasn't a real marriage because there wasn't no ring, there wasn't no this, that, and the third. And then he said he did it because he wanted the woman that he was with to pretty much come and stay with him, like, and he was in the military. Now here's the thing. When I heard that, I took it as if, okay, he must have really liked this girl to do that. But I also took it as if, oh well, maybe it was just like an arrangement type thing. Like you said, maybe it was literally just so you can come and chill with me, but nothing more than that. But then when he talks to her, he tells her, well, first of all, I appreciate that he said that they broke up like 3 years ago. They got a marriage, like they got a divorce 3 years ago, which that's good. That's a long time ago. But he said that they were together for 6 years. That's a long time. That's damn near a marriage for real. Like, that's not a throwaway marriage. You was with that person for 6 years. That's a long fucking time. It's a long time. So so of course Virginia's like looking a little funny. She's like, okay, well, I didn't expect you to say that to me, but I mean, alright, I guess we have to deal with it. Then we got Brianna and Vince. Um, I love them. They're my fave. Like, they are my favorite. They're giving me Amani and Woody vibes, which shout out to Amani and Woody. Okay, I watched their like YouTube. I didn't even know they had a YouTube channel, but I watched it the other day, like one of their videos. I love them so much, and they give me those type of vibes. They're just so cute. They seem like they gel really good. Brianna is like top tier beautiful, like top fucking tier beautiful. And Vincent is just a fine bald headed man, just fine bald headed man. But they are really cute. You can tell that they're really happy together. Then we have Claire and Ryan. Now, you could tell, like I said the last time, that hold on, I don't know who the hell that is. Somebody just wrote me. Sorry. Hold on. Snow, sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Lay down. What is your problem? My dog gets on my nerves, y'all. Why every video he doesn't bother me? I promise you. The thing that makes me mad about my dog is he doesn't bother me the whole time until I start a video. Like, all this morning, he was in his cage chilling, laying down. Now that I'm up doing a video, you want to walk around and do the absolute most? No, absolutely not. So anyway, so then, like I said, we got Clara and Ryan, and you know, she talks a lot, like I said. So you could just tell she's going, and he's just looking at her like, oh my gosh, like I'm really laid back, but she got a lot of energy. So the very first morning that they wake up, you know, he talks about how, you know, she sleepwalks and talks. Now here's the thing, Clara. Why didn't you tell this man that you sleepwalk? Like talking in your sleep, that's one thing, but the fact that you sleepwalk, I've never dealt with that before, so I would probably be completely freaked the fuck out if I seen somebody like sleepwalking. I wouldn't know what to do because they always say you're not supposed to wake a person that's sleepwalking. So I wouldn't know what to do. It would literally scare the shit out of me. You should have told him that. What else? What else? They sit down and they talk or whatever, and I think Ryan asks really good questions, like questions I wouldn't think about and questions that would take me a while to answer. Because I think he asked her, he's like, "What if you had to pick a movie to describe you, like as a person? What would you pick?" And I said, Ryan, that's an amazing question. I don't know. Let me think. I don't really know. I have no idea. I feel like I'm a complex person. But I'm a little bit of a mix of Olivia Pope and a little bit of Annalise Keaton. I'm a little bit of both of those, minus the affinity with white men. That's kind of who I am, I feel like. But she said pretty much that she's the type of person she needs somebody to root for in a movie. If she can't root for somebody in the movie or then, you know, or a show, that she doesn't want to watch it. And she was like, she hated Breaking Bad. The funniest part about that whole situation is, okay, about that statement is, number one, why did both him, because my boyfriend was he wasn't watching it with me, but he was sitting in the living room when I was watching it. Why did both of their faces pop up? Because he was on his phone. When you hear I hated Breaking Bad, he goes Breaking Bad, because that's literally like one of his favorite shows, and that's what I said. He was like, that's like a top 5 favorite show of mine. But okay, all right, all right. I understand what she means, because they're really, in the totality of any of things, there really is nobody to root for in Breaking Bad. All of the characters are trash, even down to Skylar. Skylar is trash. Hate her. She gets on my nerves. And so I think she said, I didn't hear this last part, but I think she said something about a Bible in college, but maybe I heard it wrong. But I think she was pretty much saying that she's not really into church as much as she used to be. I think that's what she was saying. So that's Clara and Ryan. Then we have, let me see, we talked about Eric and Virginia, talked about Haley. Okay, so then let's get to Paige and Chris. So, like I said, they show a little bit of night before, and you know, he's talked about how he's growing. Now, he said out his own mouth, he's growing more attracted to her. The more he's around her, the more he's talking to her, the more attracted he gets to her. So then we get to the next morning, right? We see my good sis Paige just walking around, pacing back and forth. Where the fuck is Chris? So she says that Chris at like maybe 8:30 or 9 in the morning told her that he was gonna go downstairs and get them some breakfast, which is red flag number fucking one. Because every other couple got something sent to their room, got breakfast sent to their room. This is a hotel. Okay? That's red flag number one. Then she says 1 hour go by. 2 hours go by. She's calling him. This nigga is not picking up. I said, oh, sis, you might as well just pack your bags right now. Call up the producers or tap the producers that's in front of you. Annulment. Like today. Not yesterday, but today I want this shit annulled. So he comes back upstairs and she's like, you know, like, what's wrong? You know what I mean? Like where'd you go? So he sits across like from her and like starts crying and stuff. And you could tell she was really, really worried. Like she was really concerned about him. So she goes over there and she grabs his hand and she was like, you know, when we said our vows, which is funny because somebody on Twitter was like, that's crazy that she gotta remind him of the vows they just did yesterday. Already a recipe for disaster. But she's like, you know, when we did our vows, you know, we said through better and you know, through worse and what is it? Worse and better, good and bad, whatever, worse and good times, whatever the fuck it is, the vows are. And she's like, you know, and being and communicating with one another, you gotta like tell me like what's wrong. So he says that he had a panic attack, and so he just needed some time. So she said, well, why did you have a panic attack for? And this man looks at her and says, you know, well, you know, on paper, like he told everybody else, on paper we seem so perfect for each other, but you know, I'm just not attracted to you as much as I would like to be, pretty much. Now, there's nothing wrong with not being attracted to someone, right? There's nothing wrong with that. This is where he got the game fucked up. And my page was super confused. She tells us, the viewing audience, that you wanna know what? If he wasn't attracted to her, that's one thing. However, comma, she had sex with him last night, I think multiple times, maybe twice. And then again that same morning. So before you put on your pants and walked out and had a panic attack, you fucked her. Make it make sense. And you want to know why I feel like all of his excuses is bullshit at the end of the day, which we'll get to, is because what is my good sis name? What is my good sis name from the last damn it, hold on, no, cuz I have to, is it Mindy? There we go. Zach and Mindy. When Zach and Mindy was on this show, now remember the first night of the honeymoon, Zach told Mindy that he was not attracted to her. But guess what? He told her, but he didn't fuck her. He did not have sex with her. As much as Zach got on my nerves, and as much as he was an asshole, he did not have sex with her and then tell her, oh, I'm not attracted to you. He just simply, you could tell that he wasn't attracted to her off top because he wasn't really engaging with her. He wasn't really laughing. He wasn't really smiling. He wasn't really doing any of that. And he didn't engage in intercourse with her. That's where I would at least give Zach a fucking 10. But you want to know what? This is what men do. Men love to lead women on with stuff, with specifically with things like sex, and then turn around and look at us like we're crazy when we're about to smack the shit out of you or about to key your car. Mixed signals. Same thing about how it be with baby mama and baby daddies who ain't together. You go off as the baby father, go and do whatever you want to do, cheat on her, but then when I come back and have sex with her, but then tell her, oh, we not together. Like, what kind of shit? What is going on? Let's move the hell on, because I'm gonna get frustrated. So let's go to the in-laws part of the day, okay? So Haley and Jacob, okay? So when Haley meets Jacob's people, which is just his parents, which they're a little older, you can tell, because like I said, Jacob is 38, Haley's 28. So they pretty much said, you know, that Jacob, he is really quiet and he's a loner, which you can kind of tell. He's really nerdy, obviously. And you know, she was like, oh, okay. She was like, well, I'm actually like a really social person, so I'm really interested in figuring out like how this is gonna work or how he's gonna be like okay with that. Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up. I'm on 12 minutes already. I gotta hurry up. And so then when Jacob goes to see Haley's people, again, he just keeps talking about his damn house and showing the house, even though the previous night he already told her parents about his house. And it's like, I don't want to give Jacob too much because maybe he's just like a socially awkward person. Like I feel like I'm that type of person. I feel like I'm good on camera and stuff, but when I'm in front, like when I'm within a group of people, I'm the quietest person in the world, and I'm so socially awkward. I don't know what to say, how to say it. I'm just not good around people like that. So I don't know. Maybe that's his issue. But the one thing her family didn't tell him is that Haley can shut down really easily. So he needs to kind of be aware of that. Then let's go to Eric and Virginia. So clearly, like, you know, Virginia people was not happy at all about the whole, you know, her getting married at first sight. But it is what it is. We're here. Um, Eric does the right thing. He tells her parents about the fact that he was married, but it was 3 years ago. So the father's like, okay, like that makes me feel better that it was 3 years ago. That was a long time ago. Um, and you know, they talk about the age difference. Now, I don't talk about the age difference between them because I didn't see it before. But Virginia's 26 and Eric is 33. So what her father was saying is facts. Like, you know, Virginia's the type, she likes to have fun. You know, she likes to go out, she likes to party, she likes to have fun a lot. You know, she is still very young. And her father said, he's like, she's 26 and not 33. Because I think Eric is 34. You know what I mean? So, you know, you are probably at the time in your life when you kind of want to sit down and chill a little bit. But she's not there yet. She's the same age as me. And, like, I, I don't, I mean, granted, because COVID is a thing right now. Like, I don't party all like that. But I do know a lot of people my age that still are partying a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that. Being 26 and still partying, that's kind of what you should be doing, in my opinion. You're young as hell. Have fun while the fuck you can, you know, before you have to sit down and not do anything. So yeah. So then when Virginia goes to talk to Eric's people, the main thing I got out of that conversation is that, you know, Eric is a pilot, so his mom told Virginia, you know, the hardest thing probably for y'all will be the fact that he's a pilot. He's going 4 days out of the week. You know, and his mom, Eric's father is a pilot, so his mom understands as well. You know, but Virginia said that's fine by me because that means them 3 days I like my own space. So them 4 days I can have my time to myself, and then 3 days, you know, when he here we could spend time. And like somebody said, Virginia don't give a fuck because actually all that means is that them 4 days she got 4 days to party. She got 4 days to have all her little fun, and then when he come home 3 days, that actually probably I really think for a marriage like theirs that might actually really work because like he said, he doesn't really like to go out. So give her the time to be able to go out, do what she want to do, and then when you're home, she can spend her time with you. I think that might actually work for them. Virginia did say though, as far as kids is concerned, she's 50-50. She's not completely opposed to it, but not right now. And I feel you, sis. I ain't having no kids right now either, and I know that's probably going to be an issue because again, he's older. So yeah, so you would think 26 and 34 is not that big of an age gap. And it's not, but it is as far as in terms of where you are in your life. That's why I say all the time about I be having a problem with super big age differences, not because I feel like it's nasty or anything, depending on where you fall, but I feel like where you are in your mid 20s and your like right now where I'm at in my like mid 20s is not where my head and my thinking is going to be in my mid 30s. It's two completely different, you know, mindsets. So I get that. So Brianna and Vincent. The only so when Brianna went to go see Vincent, Brianna is so damn beautiful, and I'm gonna say it every time I can. She is beautiful. Okay, so when she went to go see Vincent's people, the main thing that they said is that he works a lot, like he works a whole lot, and she said she did notice that he had his laptop with him, you know, and I guess it makes sense because he's an entrepreneur, so I guess he gotta kind of work a lot. But you know, they say he works all the time, so she's like, okay, well, no, I like first of all, I like how when Brianna came in, she put her credentials like, I want to make it clear, like, I went to school, I graduated, like, to be an engineer. I am an engineer, so, like, it's not like I'm coming to the table and I'm bringing absolutely nothing. So, you know, but she's like, you know, we're going to have to work on that. And then his sister told her that, you know, he has a bit of a temper. So, you know, if he, you know, gets mad, that you got to kind of calm him down a little bit. So then we go to Bree's people, and Bree's people tells Vincent that they don't really say too much negative about her or any problems. They pretty much want to know, as far as he is concerned, with him being an entrepreneur, number one, how are you going to be able to work your marriage into the fact that you're busy a lot? And second of all, which I feel like was the most important question, do you have a fallback, is it fallback? Yeah, fallback plan or plan B in case this plan A does not work. And he said he does. He's going to school to be a real estate agent. So he also talked about how his last girlfriend, you know, it didn't work out. I think he said that his last relationship was 2 years ago, and it didn't work out because, you know, she didn't want to support him in his dream. Now, like I said before, I need you to be, I want you to be clear about that, Vincent, because is it the fact that she didn't want to support you and she doesn't believe in you? Or was it more on the financial side? Like, I financially can't take care of me and you while you're trying to live out your dream. Because to me, that's something completely different than somebody who's like, just saying, oh, well, fuck you and fuck your little dream. You know what I mean? So, that's that on that. And then Clara and Ryan, Ryan people pretty much are very, very religious, and Clara is not. You know, she said that she is not really into organized religion, all like that. And then Clara people um, said that as far as she's concerned, because her parents didn't argue a lot in front of them, she might not be the best with communicating. So to kind of work on that. So that's the in-laws for them. And then let's see, I think we do the in-laws. Now, I want somebody, can somebody please correct me if I'm wrong? What? Did I miss this? Because I swear I was paying attention the whole time. Did I miss the part when Chris sat down with Paige's family, or did they just completely X that out? And if so, I want to understand why. My thing is, did he meet with them and they just didn't show up, or did he not meet with them at all? That's the question that I have, because why didn't we see him meet up with Paige's people? I don't understand that. I don't get that part. But anyway, so when she goes to go and see her in-laws, you know, they're like, okay, how's everything going? And she was like, well, I mean, we already hitting some bumps in the road. And they're like, damn, it ain't even been a full 24 hours. What's the problem? Now, and I will touch on how I feel about this. Okay, so she pretty much says, you know, well, you know, we talked to like 3, 4 in the moment. Then we had a moment, you know, and we had a couple moments. And then we had a moment again this morning. And, you know, but he tells me that he's not attractive to me. You know, like that I'm not attractive to him or whatever. So of course, everybody at the table was kind of quiet. His dad, I don't know how to feel about Chris's dad, because he's like weird to me, but I also like the way that he kind of like checked his son a little bit, but he could have did more. I don't really, I don't know. His dad's a little weird to me. I don't know. So his dad was like, I think his dad out of everybody at the table was like, well, that's not really cool. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he's not a deceptive person, and I don't reason no way. I got in caps. He's not deceptive. Like, his way of handling it was fucking trash. So his father is just like, okay, well, like, that's unfortunate. Like, you know, like, I can understand, you know, you feeling some type of way. Here come his mama, and I hate, when I'm telling y'all, I hate mothers that make piss poor ass excuses, that makes excuses, sorry, for their piss poor son's behavior. It makes me so mad. And I specifically hate, because I can't speak about white people because I don't pay attention to what they do. But there are so many black mothers. It pisses me the fuck off that y'all are so up y'all son's ball sack that y'all can't fucking hold them responsible. And that's why when they come out into the real world and deal with women who are gonna hold them accountable, they don't know how to deal, because you as a mother don't hold them accountable. His mama gonna say to him, gonna say, oh well, was there alcohol? I mean, he could have been drinking. There could have been drinking. And first of all, that's a bullshit excuse, right? But then, like, she said, she was like, well, I mean, this morning too. And then her father was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he wasn't drinking this morning. Oh well. No, hold your son accountable. That's some trash ass shit. And as much as his father gets on my nerves, what he said at the table is true. He said, listen, he was like, what she's saying is that they had a moment, and then he turned around and told her that he wasn't attracted to her. That's not cool. Like, it's not cool at all. It's not cool. It's not fucking cool. So, so after that, I'm sorry, I gotta hurry up, y'all. I gotta kind of, like, speed through this. So, let me see. I gotta talk about anything else real fast. We'll stick on them for a quick second. So after they have their conversation, then Chris goes, like I said, we don't see Chris with Paige's family, but he goes to talk to his family. And of course, his daddy wanted to know, like they wanted answers, like, he's like, I didn't raise you like this, you know what I mean? Like, you're not about to be running around here disrespecting this girl. Why would you have sex with her if you wasn't attracted to her? This is his excuse. Oh, I felt like, I mean, if I did that, maybe I'd be more attracted to her. So it took you 3 to 4 times to figure out that you wasn't attracted to her after you fucked her? You're full of shit. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. Kiss my ass. If you wanted to bust the nut so badly, you should have took your black ass in the bathroom and jacked off. But for you to have sex with her, not once, not twice, but thrice, or maybe whatever, more than once, and be like, oh, well, I was trying to get more attracted to her, you're full of fucking shit. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. So let's talk about, because I ain't really got that much time, y'all, but let's talk about what happened after. I'm trying to think. Well, we won't even talk about that, because I don't even care about that. So yeah, so everybody kind of talks or whatever after the case may be. Now let's go back to Paige and Chris for a second. Okay, so after that whole conversation happens, right, with his people, she comes upstairs to come and see Chris. Chris is crying, and I'm like, bruh, why are you playing victim? I hate men like this. I mean, I hate people like this, but I specifically hate men that fuck women over and then want to play victim and act like they're the ones that was done wrong. So he goes on this whole tangent about, oh, you disrespected me by talking to my parents about our sex life. I don't never talk to my parents about our sex life. That shit's disrespectful. I'm from Chicago. Nigga, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Oh, I'm from Chicago, and you don't do that, and you don't disrespect me, and blah, 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 blah. And I don't like talking about sex like that in front of other people, and my sex life is my business, and I don't even talk about that. You're full of shit. Can I tell you specifically how you're full of shit? You're full of shit, Chris, because number one, last episode, I sat on my video and I talked about what's the word I'm looking for? Inappropriate, because that's what he said. He used the word inappropriate. I said how inappropriate it was that when you was sitting there at that table with that girl, you asked her out your mouth on camera, was she a virgin? Did she have a high sex drive? And was she on contraceptive? So clearly, you're not that. You're not that all like this with a fucking chastity belt about sex. You can't be if you would ask her something like that on national television. And then for you to say, oh, I don't bring my parents into it. But when she went to go talk to your father out his own mouth fucking said that that she needs to be the type that when you come home from work that she gives you some. So I'm so confused. If you don't talk to your parents about sex, then how the fuck would they know that? How would they know that about you, Chris? Explain that to me. How would they know that? Get the hell out of here. I understand not wanting her to talk to your parents about sex. I understand that because nobody wants that. I would never want my boyfriend to go and talk to my people about what we do in the bed. That's understandable. But you're contradicting yourself. That's my thing. You're contradicting the hell out of yourself. And then gonna keep talking bad to her and telling her, oh, I shouldn't be feeling like this. I shouldn't be feeling like this. It's mind boggling, like the arrogance, like Kelly said from The Office, how dare you? Like, do you got a question? Yes, how dare you? How dare you? And I'm sorry, it's giving me colorist vibes all over left and right. I'm so fucking disgusted by Chris. I'm disgusted. Whatever. Because I ain't got that much time. All of the couples get their little package or whatever, and they are going to Vegas. Woo, Vegas. I was just there like 2 months ago, so fun time. So oh, also, I'm sorry. Before I go further, he also said to her when he was going off on her, like, oh, it was a mutual thing that we had sex. It's not like it was just me. Nobody, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, she didn't say that you forcibly had sex with her. What are you talking about? She said that you made the decision to have sex with her although you was not attracted to her. That's what she fucking said. So anyway, so like I said, they all get ready to go to Vegas or whatever. He apologized. Ugh. Chris apologized to Paige the next day, as he should have, and he said out his own mouth, I was being an asshole. You were, for absolutely no damn fucking reason. She said that at that point she was completely checked out, but alright, they'll try to make it work. So all of the couples is when they finally all meet. They all go downstairs and meet. I didn't watch the first couple episodes, so I don't know what the issue is between Jacob and Chris, but Chris was talking shit about Jacob. They get there, they stay at the Mandalay Bay. Vincent gets a call that his grandma had a heart attack, and of course, Bree, being the beautiful wife that she is, she's very supportive. And he was like, she don't even know how much that means to me. They're going to be together. They're going to stay together. They're going to be our Amani and Woody of the season. They are the hope that I'm grabbing onto this season, okay? Clara and Ryan, they're having a good time. Clara says she at the point she want that back broken. I'm here for it, okay? Haley and Jacob, you could tell, like, it's still awkward, but they were vibing a little bit more. Like when they were packing to go, you could tell they was into each other a little bit more. Eric and Virginia, as soon as she get to the room, she about to bust open that mini bar. She's like, let's drink, let's have fun. He was like, let's drink, like, bitch, I don't want to drink right now. She was like, I want to have fun. I ain't never been to Vegas before, even though I party a lot, but let's go. They're gonna end up having sex because that's all both of them was talking about. They want to get each other's back on. They want to get to it. And then, as far as Chris and Paige is concerned, Paige is better than me because she was still being super patient with this nigga, listening to him. He said to her after they was talking, oh, can I get a kiss? I wouldn't let that nigga touch me with a 10-foot pole. Shout out to the Grinch. I wouldn't dare. She is better than me. My main problem with Paige is, like, she keeps using God as an excuse, like, as to why she's staying, and that bothers me. Stop using God to be an excuse as to why you're allowing this bullshit. Don't do it, because God ain't ordained that for you. Man, listen, I can't wait to see the rest of the season. I think next week, okay, now I've seen the previews about somebody being pregnant. I think next week we're gonna find out that his ex-fiance is pregnant. That's what I'm thinking. And if so, I'm dragging everybody. I'm out of here.